I need to figure out a way to make, so I have like a pre-rendered video playing all of my songs during this intro screen. I need to figure out a way to like just have it totally randomized. Maybe I can like find a music media player or something like that. I don't know.
Oh my god, Metal Gear! Watch me swoosh right in! Swoosh!
You see, SpongeBob, me boy, I'm mining Bitcoin!
And now, the winner of this year's egg hunt, Charlie Drex.
I hate you.
I think it's time for Jack to let her rip.
Anything within, like, what, 100, 150 pixels of me just gets annihilated. I spoke too soon.
Hot taters, eh? Hot taters, precious.
Talking about cyber demons. I'm not ready for cyber demons. I can barely handle trash mobs, okay? Oh, that's taken care of. You motherfucker!
Can we have like team battle golf? Like a red team?
Is there team that?
Red team, hole in one.
Wait, hold up. That was good, goddamn.
It's not scuffed.
You know, I saw the chat in my little preview trailer, whatever, bumper there. And it kind of, I saw someone like commenting in it in one of the clips, and I was like, wait, why am I not seeing their message in chat? And I remembered, oh yeah, because that's a clip that already existed in the past. Anyway, hello, welcome, greetings, hi. My name is Charlie Drex, the demon-infused music producer VTuber, and it is a pleasure to see all of my charlatans here. Okay, there's no charlatans here, but one day when I start streaming, I will have just a wall of charlatans awaiting my arrival with bated breath. But in the meantime, for those of you watching this VOD, hey, what's going on? Thanks for checking it out. I mean, not a lot. There was a conversation I had in Discord a couple hours ago about whether people watch VODs or not. And really, like, it kind of brought up a good point. Not that I'm going to stop uploading the VODs, but there is a certain aspect to, like, you know, some people might watch their specific, like, you know, not to dance around the issue too much, their corpo, their Hololive or Niji, Sanji, or whatever, Oshi, they'll watch their VODs specifically because, you know, they're like super into that person, that super into, they're fans, big fans of that content creator. But like beyond the novelty, you know, let's say sometime in the very distant future, I become, you know, 200 CCV streamer. It'll only be like idle curiosity where people go back and want to see, oh, where did Charlie start? You know, where did this journey start? And they'll come back and watch my old streams with all the scuffing and the technical difficulties and the screwed up audio. It kind of just made me think, sorry, I'm doing something with my teeth. You know, opening packages with one's teeth, always a good thing. But yeah, it just made me think about how, you know, I'm going through the motion of doing the VODs, because it really doesn't take that much extra effort. The way I VOD, I know some people simul record, but for me, I just go ahead and download it. Let me get in game here while I Zatsudan. But some people will simul record through OBS or whatever their software is. And for me, I just turn around and go to Twitch and immediately download the VOD, like, as soon as I'm finished. And then I'll go through it and try to figure out, you know, what's clippable or not. Whew. So, but yeah, it's just kind of an interesting, not debate, but discussion about the nature, the nature of VODs and how important they are or aren't in terms of streaming. That was nice. Because really, the streaming experience is about... God damn it. Fuck. The streaming experience is about watching the moment-to-moment gameplay of the streamer, right? You want to see how they interact. You want to, you know, when applicable. You want to chat with them. You want to, you know, maybe give them some advice, or maybe they have some discussion topic that they want to chat with their viewers about. And so the interaction, I mean, I'm not saying anything that hasn't been said a million times before by people with, you know, thousands of more subscribers or viewers than I have. But yeah, it's like, I don't want to go as far as parasociality, although that's obviously, like, you know, that's a thing we all deal with or will deal with. Hopefully I deal with it. I mean, wow, it sounds really bad to say I hope to have parasociality. Parasocialism? Whatever the word would be. But just the interaction. Oh, I know there's a way to launch myself, like, directly into that window from a full charge. It's about to say. I'm trying different layouts for my camera in terms of positioning. So right now it's like kind of half in front of my second screen, which is great and all because it's a better position than where it was before. Before it was sitting on the ground, or not on the ground, but it was very low, vertically speaking. Unfortunately, damn it. Unfortunately, that meant that worse than normal, it really screwed with the tracking. Now it's like more in a position that's in line with my face. The only problem being, oh, you know what I can do? There we go. Just move the OBS window. Duh. Good job, Charlie. You're so smart. Oops. Yep. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. There it is. This is a full jump. Oh, that works too. Oof. Damn. So I was thinking about it. It's partially on me. Obviously, I set my own schedule. I'm obviously very, very independent. So I don't have anyone dictating what I should or shouldn't stream. Okay, what was that? But I made my schedule last Sunday or whenever it was. I live where I live, and I know where I live. And I know that, you know, being in the Pacific time zone, and, you know, I don't want to start streaming too late, specifically because, you know, what if someone's in the East Coast and they want to at least catch some of my stream? Okay, cool. So, getting off of work, let's say I get off at, you know, whatever time, such that I can comfortably, we'll say, start streaming at 5 p.m. my time. Well, the problem there is that 5 p.m. my time is already 8 p.m. Eastern. And it's not dark here at 5 p.m. Especially now, right now in the summer. So, here I have scheduled a horror game to start at 5 p.m. my time, when it's still very bright outside. There's still 2 hours of brightness left. And even then, it's only going to be like sunset or dusk. It's not going to be truly dark for another couple hours. And Like, I was kind of discussing this at length yesterday, but basically, I like to think that I can, like, you know, put myself in the mood to get spooked by stuff. But it's really hard to set myself into that position mentally when it's bright and sunny outside. Alright. So, because I had such middling success with Jump King last night, despite being a gorilla stream, I decided I'd just go ahead and play this as a filler for an hour or two. In the hopes that maybe... There we go. Oh, okay, alright. I needed to go further over. In the hopes that I can just sit here chatting about life and the mysteries of the universe and whatnot, and keep myself distracted until it's dark outside, while also still making content. Because I could have just pushed the stream and not done anything. But that would be kind of, I mean, obviously I wouldn't be making content. I would have completely lied on my stream schedule. And now I'm making progress. Oh, okay. So I decided to sort of, half split it. You know, cut it right down the middle. I will start streaming at 5 p.m., I said. Na 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 na. Fuck! 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 Thank you, Claire. And yes, Kankuro, it is Charlie. Greetings. How are you tonight, man? I got so hyped by all my homies coming in that it just totally threw me off. I'm sorry, Claire. I am not saying the foul words every other sentence, and thus I am still within the Twitch guidelines, such that I am not a mature stream, because it's only every couple words, or every once in a while. Okay. No! No! No, 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 no. Fuck. Heck. Heck. Heck it. Darn it. Tarnation. I'll try to censor myself a little bit more just for you, Claire. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of damage. I like how the text for that reward is Kankuro enjoys Schadenfreude. Well, incidentally, you're also here watching me play Jump King, which is also about Schadenfreude. So it's like a win-win situation here. You get to inflict pain on me, you get to watch me inflict pain on myself. Oh, okay. I nailed that first try. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. What I was saying was I nailed that pipe jump first time last night when I was playing it. And now, okay, and now all my mojo is gone. And to think, after I frustrate myself here, I'm gonna turn around and get spooked by aliens. Seems like a reasonable pairing of video games. Nope, just a little, too little juice. Same thing. And I also did the thing that I was telling myself not to do last night, where I held on to the inputs while I was in midair, even though I shouldn't, because I'm either gonna land and be fine. Like, directional inputs mean nothing while jumping. Release the arrow keys. There you go. Okay. All right. that was too close. I will say, don't expect me to become a frustration game niche VTuber anytime soon. Like, I'll play them, I'll make the content off of them, but I'm not gonna spend my entire streaming career playing Jump King and getting over it and Cat Mario and all that other just I want to be the guy, all those kinds of games. And as I say that, well, great, I've probably put myself on the hook to at some point try all of those games. Just because of the whole, you know, frustration makes great content. I think of those, I got a few screens into I want to be the guy. I don't think I've ever tried Cat Mario. Obviously, getting over it, I tried earlier this week. I say tried, like, I was playing it. Alright, here we go. There you go. What was that supposed to be? There we go. Up and... okay. That one I can just go like that. Like that. Mm-hmm. I remember the last time, or the first time I got up there, I, like, bounced off the top. The wall at the top. And it was very much a... I lucked into landing, so... I should probably, process that one a little bit better. Plan my strat out. Okay, awesome. Good job. I do want to say, hopefully I won't jinx myself here. I'm getting... I mean, go figure. As Charlie states the obvious, but I am getting better, as one does, at just having a really good... not good feel. Having a reasonable amount of game feel. I know that's like the fancy word the video essayists use. But having a general sense... okay. Having a general sense of how powerful my jumps need to be. So remember what I was just saying about jinxing myself? Well, I did it. There's some gaps you think would be clearable with an unpowered jump. Like, I think this one, if I'm right at the edge, I just tap space. Okay, so I can do that. Yep, that item. There you go. Beautiful. Horrible. What was that? Alright. Completely forgot how to leave this screen. There you go. Scheisse. Does swearing in foreign languages count? Math. C'est incroyable. I think incroyable just means incredible. We're good. Everything's good. We're in a comfortable place. We're just having a great Friday night. Sacre bleu. You know, I feel at some point I, out of curiosity, looked up what that meant. Well, I know what it means. It means sacred blue. I mean, obviously. But, like, I think has... I'm not even gonna guess. What I imagine it probably is something like Louis the 14th's, like, royal color was blue or something, and... So, you know, if you're swearing by the king, you're swearing by the sacred blue. Back when France still believed in monarchies and stuff. divine right to rule and all that monarchical stuff. All right. Like how it's mainly in like specific dialects of English, English, but core blimey is actually God blind me. Only because of the strength of the accent, it's core blimey. Sacre Dieu would be sacred God or holy God, which, okay. Finally ended up all the way back on the start screen. I knew that would come at some point in my jumping. Sacre Dieu became Sacre. Oh, was it because they didn't want to, like, specify, like, they didn't want to take God's name in vain, but they still wanted, like, because I think that's what drove Core Blind Me to become a thing was they don't want to say God blind me. They want to actually ask for divine retribution. So he just said core. Or maybe their accents were just that strong. I can't say that I know for certain. Good job. The etymologies of vulgarities. Cool, awesome. Don't take the Lord's name in vain as the driving creative force behind most things. Mm-hmm. That is correct. That much I know. Yeah, I didn't need to full power that. I know better. I need a little more power in that. I knew better. Need to be further back. I knew that. Yeet. Yeet. Alright. I should stop eating. Okay. Can't be dark yet. I want it to be dark. I don't. I want to play, like, it's not that I don't want to play this. I just don't want to be frustrated anymore, man. Or if I'm going to be frustrated, let it be because a giant alien is stalking me. Not because I'm not on the right frame when I do a move. There we go. Alright. Okay. Alright. And up we go. The poop chute once more. The colossal drain. As opposed to the microscopic drain. The miniature drain. Okay. I almost fell off there. I did fall off there. Lordy, lordy, lordy. We're having fun, right? So much fun. Speaking of trains, how many chugga chuggas before the woo, Charlie? Let me chugga 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 chugga. Like I usually go with 8 chuggas. Chugga 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 woo woo, something like that. Cause like Charlie Deep Lore unlocked one of the few musical instruments I actually have like training and talent and ability in is the drums. So I am very percussively minded. And thus I have to do the 8 because it's like 2 measures of 4 or something like that. Like it just feels right. Like just going chugga chugga woo woo, like two, not nearly enough. Impressive, very based. Now let's see Paul Allen's response. Ah, I'm not often in the habit of discussing the vagaries of train noises. But, should the chat demand it of me, I can in fact provide such a service. Speaking of services, do I have... I do not have it engaged. I do have another redeem that for some reason I never... I had it enabled, then I disabled it, and never re-enabled it. I think I'm in the right position to be able to do this. So, there you go. If you've got a spare 500 points, consider that. Let it not be said that Charlie does not provide. Chuck bucks are a very valuable currency that can be used for many and sundry items in the marketplace. I remember when I first got up there, I was like thinking like the water could hurt me or something. Of course it can't. There's no like HP system or anything in the game. I knew better than that. Oops, oops. No. Okay. No. I like how every time I overshoot, I at least end up on that ledge. Like, I'm sure it's just clever geometry that you end up funneling down into that, but I find that interesting that there are all these little speed breaks built in, or maybe not speed breaks, but recovery points, I guess, checkpoints. Not quite checkpoints, because you can keep falling back below them. There is no lowest point of failure, short of the very beginning of the game. But there are these natural stopping points where you'll at least only lose part of your progress, not the whole experience. Multi inhibitors. That's a good way to think of them. I don't get, it's almost like it's worse though when you land on one of those like multi inhibitors, we'll go with that. But then you don't end up recovering and you just fall further still to the next one in line. Like I did like what? 20 minutes ago. 10, 15 minutes, something like that. When I fell from the top area all the way down the drain pipe, and then all the way down the bottom. That was not enough. And I kept screwing up the jumps, and I ended up on the start screen again. Mind you, it didn't take me nearly as long as it did when I very first began playing to get off the start screen. Once more, obviously, you're gonna eventually build up some degree of skill in a game. Especially since, what, half an hour now? Well, okay. I started streaming, so part of that is just my intro screen, but 20 minutes plus, like, I played for like 2 hours, so 2.5 hours? That was not nearly enough, I knew it. Is this my favorite game? No. Sorry, the way I said that kind of in a mean... No, it's just a game I'm playing. I have no particular attachments to it. Yep. It's like that meme. The whole like I hate pancakes, or what is it? Someone says I hate pancakes, and then someone's like, oh, so you like waffles then? And the person's like, nah, that was a whole different statement. Yeah, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I hate how it makes me feel sometimes. That was so close. But that's just natural with any of these sorts of frustration games. That I shouldn't have. Why did I full power that? You're just skilled at many games. Claire, I think you give me far too much credit. I am, modestly skilled at some games. Mildly skilled at others. And then some I just kind of play, and I'm not skilled by any objective yardstick, but I have fun with it, and having fun is what really counts. It's necessary to reach true enlightenment. Let go of your earthly tether. Reach, jump Vana. Become the ultimate jumper. Yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath on that one if I were you. There's no Charlie Jump King speedrun attempts coming anytime soon. Alright. I just lack the raw commitment to stick to any one game or even any one genre and like master it. Instead, my addle-brained I wanted to say something fancy there. My scatterbrained interest in games goes everywhere. One week, I'll be totally into FPSs and play the crap out of them. See, I can censor myself. But then, like, going in... Basically, weekends are like a reset point to me, where I'll be super into something. And play it all week, and there's probably something psychological there about, like, the anticipation. But I'll, like, you know, anticipate coming home from work, and, oh, I can't wait to play such and such game. And then once the weekend comes around, you know, I'll make some time in it. I'll play it for a bit, but then it just loses its luster. Play many games, discombobulate the viewers. Well, that's, you know, it may not have, it may have its weaknesses compared to niche streaming, but that is one of the things you can do with variety streaming. Am I supposed to go down? No, Claire. This oh, I lost tracking. There it is. Good job. There's my computer losing its wireless connection. Silly. No, as the name of the game implies. As the name of the game implies, it is Jump King. The idea is to jump and ascend, go higher, reach a higher value of elevation than the one that you are currently at. Eventually, so I am promised, there is a, quote, smoking hot babe at the top. So I do have some degree of impetus to climb, okay, beyond climbing for the sake of climbing. Now, I'm sure you could argue there's some sort of moral imperative to climbing not because it is easy, but because it is hard. But for me, the motivation of said smoking hot babe is itself a decent reward. Get up, stand up, come on, throw your hands up. If you got the feeling, jump across the ceiling. Mugs is a funk fest, someone's talking junk, y'all bust them in the eye. And I'll take the punks home, feel it, funk it. Amps that are drunk, and I got more rhymes than his cops that are dunking. Cops that are... Yeah, Dunkin' Donut Shop, sure enough, I got props from the kids on the hill, plus my mom and my pops. I came to get down. I came to get down. So get out your seat and jump around. Jump around. Jump around. Jump around. Jump up, and get down. Jump, 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 jump. I don't know the second verse. Never had occasion to learn it. Whoop. Whoop. Maybe if I make cool sound effects. Whoop. That'll like whoop, help my concentration. Whoop. Yep, nope, just not. Ah, it was a good strat. It was a terrible strat. Alright. Good job. No, that's... I have to go... Oh, that works too. But ideally, I jump right from the edge of the ledge. The edge of the ledge. There's a rhyme. So that's the proper positioning. For a nice, safe jump. Too much. There we go. Up and up. That. The worst part is when you have the falls that shouldn't be that bad, but then you just so happen to thread a needle and you end up falling down like 5 screens. Because you just so perfectly happen to miss every possible ledge on the way down. Because then it's like you're thinking to yourself, well, it was like you were saying 15-ish minutes ago. Let me get a proper timestamp. Where did you say it? The Malding inhibitors. Okay, so about 10 minutes ago, as Kankuro said. You have the Malding inhibitors, and I don't know what that was. That can be a full energy jump. And you think, at least subconsciously, okay, well, if nothing else, okay, I'll at least fall back to that. But then you fail to reach the Malding inhibitors. It just becomes frustrating as you keep sliding past all these backstops that theoretically should prevent you from completely losing progress. And you end up all the way at the bottom of the map again. But something, it's part of frustration game design. It's the whole point is to make you mad. Suffering is enjoyable. And oh, once you actually beat it, you'll feel so good. I think the conditional there, the F, is doing a lot of heavy lifting. If you beat it, if you complete it, if you get to the top. At full power, like half power, half power. I'd rather undershoot that jump than overshoot it. Because at least when I undershoot, I don't lose nearly as much progress. But as soon as you overshoot, obviously, you go back down, you fall down to that one ledge all the way on the left. Ah, why am I having so much trouble with this? I'm probably never going to see that kitchen again. If I hadn't been holding the keys, like I keep telling myself not to, I probably would have stayed on that ledge. Okay, alright. Okay, yep. Meanwhile, speedrunners could have beaten this game like 10 times over in the amount of time I'm taking. Every single jump of pitch perfect execution. Zero mistakes, probably like skipping certain jumps that are completely irrelevant. Do not stay on my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die. Mary Elizabeth Fry. That's, poignant, I suppose, if kind of... Like, I want to ascribe some degree of meaning of that poem to the current circumstances, but... Do not stay on my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die. Okay, that was overshot. Unfortunately, I am not quite in the best of mental states right now to discuss moral philosophy. But Charlie, you ask yourself, isn't it a streamer's obligation to be always ready to discuss deep ethical questions? Maybe not ethical, moral? Existential? No matter how much focus the streamer's game requires. And you know what? You have a good point. I should be able to discuss it, but right now I'm kind of drawing a blank. Like I want to be deep and profound, but right now I just love to be back up in the kitchen, frankly speaking. Up we go. I let go of the keys that time, but holding on to the keys did nothing to fix that. There's the speedrun strats. Do little micro jumps to get horizontal speed. Okay, here we go. Alright. Okay, this frickin' pipe. Okay, I meant not to do full power, but it turns out full power works out just fine. Alright, cool. Awesome, great. I don't know how I threaded that needle. It does look kind of wide, doesn't it? You know, I never took that into account. So here's what we'll do. We will just center it. It'll reduce the game space a little bit, but... Oops. Work with me, OBS. There we go. I'm sure there's a prettier way I could do this. But you still want to be able to see what's on the bottom. So I guess like there would probably be ideal. Nope. That's gonna bother me if I don't. Okay. And you know what I'll also do is turn off that. Because that could probably get distracting. I forgot that I can just not have that enabled. Charlie Drex is a man of the people. He provides. Ooh. Alright. Let not be said that I don't do my part to provide a quality viewing experience. Okay, so now how... I wonder if a full power jump would... Sending it. Okay. Full power jump is not the way to go. Somehow I felt that it wouldn't be. That it was crafted in such a way that that would be... You know, you think, oh, I'll just full power jump, and that's how I remember how to do it. Nope. That's a negative. Release the keys, Charlie. I don't know what that jump was, other than not far enough. Obviously. Whoop. Whoop. Alright. I should know better, and yeah, I keep making the same mistake in the same areas. Alright. Partial charge. We can full charge that, and we can full charge this. This can be... That can be full charge, so I don't know why I'm trying to cut corners and not... I need to stop trying to, like, just take stuff at speed and just line up every jump. Because obviously a speedrunner I am not. And making sure to line everything up is much more effective. Jumping version of getting over it? Essentially. There's quite... There's quite a niche for video games about climbing stuff. There's another one I forget the name of that came out relatively recently. I forget which. It's got like some really obvious name. Pogo Stuck? No, it's like... It's called like Getting High or something. Like the game is... The title is something where there's no question about it. It's about climbing stuff. Which I guess you can argue the same thing for Jump King. But, yeah. Let me look it up. Game about climbing. We'll just put The Climb. There's apparently a game called The Climb. New Heights. There's apparently a thing about cliff rock climbing. No, not drugs. The game is called like Ascend or something. Here we go. In June, Only Up is the name of the game. And yes, the exclamation point is part of it. The title, that is. Incidentally, the article I found talking about it even calls out how it's the new trend game, bandwagon game it's the new bandwagon game to play if you really want to climb stuff. Go into spawning a bunch of eds in Gmod. Just from the screenshot, yeah, it looks like it's about, like, prop hunting. Or prop, like, yeah, okay. So it's like a bunch of just anchored... That almost sounds like it Release the keys, Charlie. It almost feels like Getting Over It, but without the hammer, obviously. The same concept, though, of just you climb a random assortment of stuff. Also, I need to fix my green screen. I just noticed. So, like, people with green names show up. I don't need to worry about a green screen. What? Okay. There, Joel. Everyone can see your name now. Yay. Why do I have a green key? I'm not gonna lie. I set up my overlay, hell, a year plus ago. And mind you, I hiatus every couple months for several months at a time. So, something a year and a half ago, I figured out how... Well, hello, Hacker Eye. Thank you for the follow. But blah, 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 words. Yeah, for whatever reason, I had it in mind that I needed to have a green screen key. I think it's because my overlay and stream elements, like the overlay picture, all of like the circuits and stuff. Ugh, that's all like a rendered image, and then the cutout I have for my games is a pre-sized green square. Well, not a square, rectangle. The rectangle is not, in fact, a 16:9 ratio, which is why every single time I try playing a new game, I have to resize it. I did at one point, like, have the coordinates written down so that I could go into OBS, and whenever, all I'd have to do is just type in the transforms to put whatever game screen, assuming it was a full screen program, of course, but to get the game screen stretched out into the green screen area. But I think even with that, like, it's close to 16:9, but not quite. Little scuff gets the job done. Well, that's basically what, yeah, it's, because I mean, I could, and there wouldn't be anything wrong with it, the way some people do it, where it's just, you don't even have that background, you just have the giant game, and then you're just floating over the top of it. I mean, there's something to be said for either direction. I get why some, like, especially if you have a really, really good model, or you do a lot of model acting, it becomes that much more important to really show off your model. Which, this, oh wow, what was that supposed to be? This is an indictment of how certain VTubers do it one way and I do it a different way or whatever, and like my way's right. Like, not saying that, just for me, I personally, I get it, this is more about you guys, the audience, not so much me, the streamer, but I personally prefer, like, even if the game is small, unless I'm like watching someone play a 4X or an RTS game or something with like a bunch of writing and text, I don't mind if the action is reduced in size a little bit. If I get that sort of framework where like the chat box has a place to be, and you're never having to try to read the chat box over the game underneath. Look, Charlie, acting's not in your blood. Blink one eye at a time like the rest of us. My friend, you would be surprised at the things in my past life. Besides the game on stream, but again, I'm not trying to dictate by any stretch of the imagination. There's a one size fits all. Everyone has their own priorities. Heck, there's face streamers, or you know, normal like flesh streamers, whatever you want to call them, who just green screen themselves over a full size full screen game. So it's not like this is a VTuber only phenomenon. His arms ripped off, and that's why he has to jump. Nah, dude just likes jumping. Gross slushies. I am not an adamant, you know, anti-flesh person. I'm not gonna start any, so I don't want to discuss anything along the lines of critiquing anyone or whatever. Some people stream one way, some people stream another way. There's an audience for both, and everyone is welcome to do whatever they want to do, you know, whatever makes them happy in their streaming experience. Imagine having a nose. I mean, I mean, there's, you know, there's that. So, yeah, you know, I could have done well, okay, first off, I need some sort of mascot in the first place, or, you know, some little scrimbly scromblo to be the official Charlie Drex, you know, mascot / what I want charlatans to look like in sprite form or, you know, rendered form. So yeah, I went ahead and sprung for the Mogus stream avatars because, wow, they happen to be available as a resource pack, and I was like, haha, Mogus, everyone is sus, venting, you know, other Among Us lingo. Fun fact, I've only played Among Us once in my life. Well, I played like 3 rounds in I played 1 session and like 3 rounds during it. Oh yeah, if you're unfamiliar with how these stream avatars work, everything is super delayed in terms of like rendering. So you'll obviously, because the server has to talk to my computer needs to talk back, blah 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 blah. Basically, the input is not direct. So you're gonna have like a 5-second delay whenever you try to jump. So whenever that star appears, it's basically luck of the draw. What a lot of people like to do is sling. So if you didn't know, you can sling yourself across the screen, and 135 or 45 the other direction. Oh, sling 45, because that you know provides a parabolic angle or whatever and gives you the most horizontal space covered. I mean, hell, if you really want, you can sling yourself into the ground. I did it again. Sling 180. Doesn't really do anything, but hey, I mean, I guess if you really want to do it, you can stop doing that. Sling 0, which is just, you know, honestly, I don't know what sling 0. I guess that's just like in one direction or the other. And then, of course, I have ultimate control over you. I am in control of all of you. So, whenever I feel so inclined, just know that I am the sus among us. And I can, I can have a little bit of explosive fun. I can slingshot people, which is basically the same as the sling command. Kind of lame. I guess I can make just random people to make it to pretend I actually have friends and viewers. I can pin people. So we can have Kankuro just chilling up here the whole time if we felt so inclined. And we can put Monkey up here. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll like pin you guys. Oh, how do I unpin? Right click. Okay, there we go. I can like pin you guys off to the side. Well, no, because then you can't play the star game. Yeah, I won't do that. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I haven't played around with all this stuff nearly as much as I could. I probably should for the ultimate streaming experience, learn all the wacky and wild things I can do. But anyway, back to Jump King. It's like, okay, I'm just placebo affecting myself. It's not actually getting dark. I want to believe it's like starting to look a little bit dimmer outside. I've always been the imposter. Amongst all these actual VTubers, there was me, the person that wasn't actually a VTuber at all. I was just acting like one. Alien isolation refuses to hate. Well, the funny thing is that as memory serves, the game is actually from like 2015, 2014. So like it's from like a decade ago. And even at the time, it was, a graphical marvel. Not that is the end all be all. But then all of a sudden it came out of nowhere where people were really interested in playing Alien Isolation again. Like, there's certain games where people make a big stink. How? Can't believe 2015 was it. Oh my god, Mumkey. Mumkey, stop. Please, Mumkey, no. And also, I guess I make that jump. Didn't know that. Well, I know this is a big ass Joel, but, big but, can't lie about it. My stream title is not a lie. I do intend to play Alien Isolation. I'm not like the biggest PewDiePie screamer guy in the world, but I am capable of getting spooked. But the problem is that as I keep endlessly whining about, it's still light outside. And one thing I cannot do is get immersed into any sort of horror or thriller or, spine tingling type of experience if it is bright outside. Follow this streamer if you're still watching 2023. Only 2020s kids will remember that. Oh my god. Someone's gonna say that. Oh my god, think about that. Sometime in the future, people, fucking people are gonna be listening like Taylor Swift. And they're gonna be like, only 2010s kids remember this. Ah, like nothing against Taylor Swift specifically. You know, I'm not like, you know, super like a big fan of hers or whatever. And I don't dislike her, but just the general concept. Pop artists of right now. Of course, this is an obvious statement. Duh. It means nothing, but for some reason, verbalizing it really makes it strike home. But the pop artists of today, at some point, will be considered oldies, classics. Imagine a world where, oh, I can't. Oh, why can't I remember her name? Uh, uh, the bad guy chick, Billy something or something. I Billie Eilish. That's it. Someday in the future, Billie Eilish is going to be considered like a classic singer. I don't know. Maybe we're reaching some critical mass where the sort of I don't know, the ironic. Oh, because oh, I should have verbalized my thoughts before jumping, because I started up there. I can't put my mouse on the window. That's why I was able to make that jump before. But yeah, I just can't fathom a world where people are like, "Oh my God, do you remember Billie Eilish? Ew, who listens to that old stuff? I'd rather listen to my Japanoise." God, if Japanoise ever, if any sort of noise genre of EDM ever goes mainstream, I'm giving up production. That's it. I'm done. Like, I don't know if anyone's lurking who, I know there's a couple people I know who are like, not super into, but do unironically enjoy noise subgenres. I'm sorry, but nah. Nah. Not sure huge music stars will be around in the future since indie artists are so much more accessible. But the line between the indies and the big stars becomes more and more blurred. Which, sure, you, you can argue that there's like a ever widening split of all these micro fandoms. Like, I see where you're coming from. The whole idea of the pop superstar. You know, ironically, I mentioned her, but Taylor Swift is like probably gonna be one of the last. Well, no, it's gonna be like her, Ariana Grande, um, that's really all I can think of. But those are gonna be like the last. And I'm not trying to make this a gendered thing, but the last, like, you know, diva, songbird lady singers. Because let's be real here, and this isn't, you know, me being misandrist or like, you know, hating myself, but realistically, when's the last time? And I'm sure you can come up with a counterexample, but when's the last time you can name a pop singer who was male? Like, you go back in time, right? And you can point at someone like Billy Joel. That's going a decent amount back. Uh Michael Jackson. Okay, so The Weeknd. Okay, fair enough. They do exist. But you know, maybe it's just bias. or like I'm not looking hard enough, and I'll totally admit, you know, my knowledge is I'm not omniscient. I don't know everything, but I just feel like there's, and this has always been the case, but it feels like now more than ever there's much fewer male pop stars. Because even in the 90s or 2000s, you know, it was about boy bands. So you had Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and 98 Degrees. And then they go off and do the, okay, Justin Timberlake, you can argue that, but he started as a boy band, or in a boy band. I think what was his face? Nick Lachey, something like that. Who I vaguely remember, like I think he was married to Jessica Simpson, but Nick Lachey was in 98 Degrees. And he tried to do a solo thing, but like, who the fuck remembers Nick Lachey? Girls are just better than boys. It's true. It's true. The girls will always be better. K-pop. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll admit. Total blind spot for me. K-pop. Nothing against it personally. You know, like, again, it's like with T-Swizzle. If you, I'm not gonna like hold my nose or hold my ears shut if you try to play K-pop to me. Like, musically speaking, I like the songs just fine. You know, they're dancey pop songs. But in terms of knowing, beyond the cliche, my camera is, let me realign myself so I'm not falling off the screen here. Beyond like knowing BTS is a thing, like that they exist, or Blackpink or whoever, yeah, I just don't know K-pop. All right, so so I can't full power jump. How did I do this before? Like a partial jump? Okay, it is a partial jump. Finally. Don't jinx it. Oh yeah, Gangnam Style. Oh, what's his name? Don't tell me. He also did Psy. He also did Gentleman. Which I only know because he tried to make it go super viral like Gangnam Style did, but that never took off. Finally, we're back in the kitchen, ladies and gentlemen. It only took us an hour, but we're back where I was when I started the stream. Awesome. Okay, all right. The furthest I've got is about 2 screens above this. It's like one where you have to jump out to the rain outside, and there's a platform out there. I didn't even come close to. Yeah, there's an outside block, and as you might suspect, I've fallen down that block, and that, I think, as memory serves, that has you fall all the way down to the beginning. Or no, it takes you down to the cages, but then I missed a cage jump. Right. Need to give some sort of charge to that. Yeah, if you're like familiar with Jump King Joel, like, this is only my second time playing the game, as you know, my mad skills will no doubt attest. I am not an expert at this game. So like, if you see me not doing, you know, oh, duh, just jump off that one wall. Just do that one bounce. I'm not trying to, like, great if you learned it. I'm not like, basically what I'm getting at is, don't be surprised if I miss something. Like right there, I'm sure there's... Well, it's like, I know there's... Because I've like, fallen in accidentally doing things. I'm going to do a partial charge and bounce off the wall there. I've like accidentally made a jump and then like ended up 2 platforms above where I wanted to go because I like overcharged, but I just so happened to land or bump a wall, and that placed me somewhere much higher than I was expecting to be. And I suppose that's part of the magic of this game is trying to find all those little, well, if you just do this, you can, you know, make this one jump really trivial. Or you can just be good at the game and not fall in the first place. You know, that's always an option, but... Alright, I... get... like, to the point where I should stop trying to do the skips I think I know, because I don't have the timing necessary to pull them off. I should just stick to what's safe. Like that, why did I full charge that? That's not a full charge jump. And I know that isn't a full charge jump. This, right at the edge. So it's like, if you're right at the edge and you full power, you can jump up to this ledge. If you full power like half a step from the edge, you land in that top window. Yep, okay. Like that. We're good. We're good. We're good. Oh, am I choosing like a really bad route? Now, I appreciate you not just shooting me with the back seat. It's one of those things where you learn a route, you learn a strat, and even if it's not the optimal strat, it's the strat that you get used to. I think that's like a 3/4 jump. I land on that top platform and then I can just go up, right? Something like that. Yeah, I mean, hell, that's the muscle memory. That's basically like where I am with using Fruity Loops, where I partial charge that, Charlie. When I'm doing my music production, my workflow is absolutely terrible. I have my organization sucks. Yep. Oh, I lost tracking. Awesome. Was it something like that, Joel? The strat that like you were used to or thinking of? Okay. Yeah, obviously I see how that's better. But yeah, so and this is as far as I've ever gotten. But yeah, so with FLS, I got so used to doing things the way I do them. Well, okay, all right. That even though I know it's an inferior way of doing it, I still do it just because that's how I know to do it. I made it and then immediately lost my progress. Anywho, the story of Jump King, right? But so yeah, even though I know that I'm doing things inefficiently, like I should be organizing, you know, certain windows a different way, and I should use these shortcuts in it, or not use, excuse me, pardon me, not use certain other, well, features that are there to be used, but you know, I should avoid doing things one way, because relatively speaking, it's not the best way you can do it. Oops. Oops, oops. Need to be further back for that. But you get so into the habit. just because you know how to do it, you justify it to yourself in your mind with, well, it may not be the most efficient, objectively speaking, but this is how I'm used to doing it. So because I spent the time to learn how to do it this way, by continuing to do that, whatever time I would have saved doing it the more efficient way is offset by the fact that I would have to spend that time relearning how to do it that way. Likes to move stuff around a lot too, which probably makes it even more annoying. Well, that's part of how and I'm sure if I spent more time actually learning the program I rely on so much, yeah, it's like you open up a piano roll to put down some notes, and it'll pop up in one place, and then you have to move it out of the way, and then like other windows, like effect windows, will open up on top of it. And realistically, when I'm doing production, I should use both my screen, because I have 2 monitors. As, you know, most people do. As I have, well, it happens to be a second monitor that used to be my primary monitor, and then I got a better primary monitor, so my old primary became my secondary. But even so, you can buy like a 23-inch 1080p monitor for less than $100. Super cheap. And pro tip for anyone in the audience who's if you have the I know desk real estate is also a thing, but anyone in the audience who is a streamer as well, or looking at streaming, or hell, even if you're not into streaming, it's really helpful for streaming because you have the second monitor with your chat window, and like I have OBS there, so I can like monitor my stream and make sure everything is showing right, and that's how I can tell when my model stops moving, because it's right there. But in general, having the second screen is really nice because you can use it for, you know, keeping Discord open while you're playing a game, or I don't know, spreading out your internet browsing. I can't think of any like actual specific reason to do that, but if you wanted to. But yeah, LCD technology is super cheap. Obviously, you're not going to get the best quality if you're buying one of said $80 monitors, but when the difference is between having no monitor and having a mediocre monitor, especially if you're only using it for Discord interfaces, windows of like, you know, helper software. It really doesn't matter if like, oh, the colors are washed out, oh, it gets too bright, oh, it's, you know, the contrast isn't that good. It doesn't matter. All you're just looking at is a chat window or something. And because you have that on a second screen, you can focus on your primary screen on whatever game you're playing, or whatever video you're watching, or movie you're watching, etc., etc. I will learn how this strat works. All right. I find myself in the very same boat that I was when I was playing Getting Over It for a bit on Monday night, where I have the idea of exactly what I need to do. But ironically, knowing what I need to do specifically, rather than just flailing around and hoping for the best. When you know what you're supposed to do and you fail, suddenly it feels that much more painful. Because it becomes not a matter of just ignorance, where you can just say, well, I just didn't know. At some point, you gain the knowledge. Now it becomes a skill issue. Let's just not beat around the bush. It becomes you trying to apply those skills. You fucked up the jump. You fucked up the positioning. You fucked up your jump charge. Something you did is the reason that you failed. That's strats aren't always the easiest. Well, as much as I'm struggling with it, I can tell that this strat is a lot better than my thing where I had to do 3 column precise jumps in a row. Not that most of these jumps aren't precise in their own way. Granted. But that's like the hardest jump about this series. And then this one's like a really minor charge. This is like supposed to be like a half charge. That, I know it's probably not optimal, but I full charge to the left, and that gets me up to the kitchen counter. Always a degree of frustration when you... Okay, I don't know what that was. When you get a partial charge, and you just miss it. Looking at where you're standing is half the trouble. Ah. Where was I? Yeah, so... Knowing the strat. No. I did not complete getting over it. But I malded so hard at getting over it. And in a Discord I'm in, I was malding about it. And someone was like, get Jump King, you know. It's still the same flavor of frustration game. But at the very least, like, there's more emphasis on... Run, pipe. There's more emphasis on... Well, if you mess up a jump, it's because you didn't charge quite enough. With getting over it, so I perceive, and I'm sure someone who's good at getting over it will argue otherwise. I'm sure someone who's good at getting over it will argue otherwise, but there's certainly an element, as I perceive it, where you're trying to, you know, hook on to something. And with, like, the hitboxes and the way that, like, the hammer... Yes, I understand that at its fundamental level, like, if you really, really get into the weeds, you can understand exactly how to swing the hammer and manage it so that it's always facing the right direction. But, especially as a novice, it feels too haphazard as to, you know, oh, is your hammer going to spin this way this time? Or, oh, is it going to spin this way this time? Did you bring it too close to your body and that, you know, caused it to not go the right direction? And then with the hitboxes of the things you hammer into, there's the issue where you'll think something is a solid place to hook onto. Oh, you tried to hook onto the wrong pixel, basically, is what it feels like sometimes. Oh, you didn't quite intersect with the hitbox of the little gizmo and the background art that's actually part of the game world that you can interact with. So you'll have a very decent idea of what you should be doing. But, like, with this, I know I need to jump up to here. Okay, alright. I need to jump up to there. I have a rough idea of exactly how much power I need. And when I fail a jump, it's because I overcharged or undercharged or didn't position myself right, etc. With getting over it, it's like, when I make that jump, you know, imagine if this block was half the size and also it blended in with the background more. And also, like, the last, what, 10 pixels on either side didn't feel like they were, they didn't interact with your character model. Been enjoying the Fall Guys content. Any chance you'll play Jump King soon? Are you in the wrong chat, my guy? Or are you no offense. Nice. 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 Yep, that's... You got me. Well, I never claimed to be an expert at this game, so... I'll be the first to tell you that I'm not exactly making the best progress right now. Yep. Okay. You need to have some sort of a jump there. Is it dark yet? Rhetorical question. It is not. I want to play Alien Isolation. I don't want to play Jump King anymore. I'll keep playing it because I've lost control of my life, but... Lordy, lordy, lordy. I have to ask if you're still around, Dubs. And you know what? I respect the hustle if you do. Do you stop by everyone who's playing Jump King? And, you know, if they're doing poorly, like, if you've never seen them, obviously, if you've never watched them before. But do you stop by everyone and, like, this isn't from a place of, like, oh, I'm mad. Like, it's a good joke. I'm not being sarcastic. Like, I'm just curious, like, is it, because I gotta, like, write that down. That's, like, that's a solid strat. To, like, just make your presence known by targeting specific content and having a go-to joke. I don't know how I'd leverage that on the streamer side of things, mind you, but... I mean, if nothing else, like, I'm genuinely appreciative, because even if you're just, you know, stopping by to drop the bants on me...
Joe Baggett says Jump King. More like Falkine Lamau XD.
Lol. Falkind. Minor spelling error. You made a spelling mistake, therefore your argument is invalid. Got him. Let go of the cursor keys, Charlie. You know better. What are you doing, my guy? Are you even trying anymore? Did that fall really take that much out of you? I see the text-to-speech prompt. I haven't done anything, like, obviously my hands have been on the keyboard. I haven't done anything to disable it. The text-to-speech just really doesn't want to read that. Here, just, let me... Maybe... Yeah, I don't... Yeah, that wasn't me that tried to censor you, because, oh, man, I'm so mad because he's contradicting me. Like, who cares? Whatever. Granted, I've only been active again for less than a week, but to be honest, I'm surprised I haven't yet gotten any of the, oh my god, how do you play an anime character? You're so cringe. Any of those kinds of guys showing up yet. Not necessarily that, you know, I'm big enough to warrant their attention, but they're out there. Some people just can't let you be. Like, I make no presumptions otherwise. I'm aware that some people find the whole playing an anime character thing kinda cringe, NGL. Damn, bro, anime pretty cringe. That's... Why is text-to-speech not working anymore? Let me see if I can troubleshoot a bit. Anime is super cringe, though. This is kind of cringe if my redeem just stops working. Wait, where'd it go? Huh? Where'd text-to-speech go? Ah, there it is. Well. I know it's a massive investment, but I'm just gonna disable the text-to-speech for now. Just because I don't want anyone wasting points or trying to redeem it and getting disappointed. And I'll read your text. Anime extremely cringe. Yes, 100%. And yet you're here. Story of my life. Okay, alright, good job. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna be waiting until dark time. I'm about ready to start getting into some aliens. Okay, here's gonna be my goal. I want to get past the room with the block outside. If I can do that, that'll be my stopping point. How would I do this again? It was like a partial jump. It was a partial jump. You just said it was a partial jump. Why would you do a full charge jump? Well, yes, because, I mean, not that I'm some massive streamer with, you know, thousands of people waiting my every move. But I did actually have Alien scheduled. And I have a couple friends who do specifically want to see it. So, I basically, you might have come in after I was, you know, coping and making up excuses. But basically, I'm supposed to start streaming Alien Isolation at 5 p.m. my time. 5 p.m. my time, it's still light outside. I can't get myself in the mood to play horror games when it's light outside. Ergo, I am continuing Jump King because I started it last night, not being scheduled. It was an ad hoc guerrilla stream, as those in the biz say. And now, against all of my senses telling me otherwise, I've made it apparently my go-to game in terms of filler content. Shut up. There we go. Alright. Here we are again. Third time since I got up here? Oh, I'm sorry. Am I violating the rule? Like, Oh wow, I love this game. This is an awesome game. It's great. Look, I get everyone. Okay, especially for VTubers, you need to maintain the kayfabe that everything you do is purposeful. Everything you do, there's a reason for it. But there's also the trend of the whole, oh, they just like me for real, for real. Oh, they're so relatable. Where, oh, you get to see the person behind the mask. Plus, there's definitely been people who play, like, games that are not in their wheelhouse and intentionally do so. See, every person who plays horror games, but, like, openly admits that they hate horror games or hate being scared. Now, I will say this. Is it important to be engaged with every game you play? Which is to say, you actually, like, even if you hate what you're doing, let's say that you're someone like, Moist Critical or something. You're intentionally playing some trash game, like absolute ass, Steam Greenlight, shovelware, one-man production team who you can tell that they have no idea how game development works. You can hate the game you're playing, but still, like, be engaged with it. God damn it. Still be engaged with it. Even if that engagement is to be like, wow, this sucks. I'm genuinely trying, but man, that sucks. Wow, that was how'd that even happen? In this case, the game's mechanically sound. Graphically, it looks just fine. It's got like the whole old school look, whatever. And the frustration / the I don't want to be here anymore flavoring of the streaming is, for some people, part of the experience of the game. Some people appreciate, a perfect, pixel-perfect run where they land every jump perfectly. Some people just enjoy showing up and watching a person fail and laughing at them when they fail, etc., etc. True facts. That's why I invite you to keep an eye out. I'm going to be playing a game that's about watching paint dry, where all you do is you watch paint dry. Paint drying simulator. There's a certain point where the game itself, like if you're, a really good streamer, the game can just be unplayable garbage. And I don't mean in the technical sense of like glitches and stuff. I mean just the premise is bad, the gameplay is simplistic and boring. There's nothing objectively entertaining about the game whatsoever. And then all it is at that point is just filler content for the streamer themselves to chat about whatever. Say, chat about the logistics of streaming. Oh yeah, competitive games like League, playing Call of Duty. I mean, that used to be a big, I think it still is a thing, but like YouTubers, video essayists, and not so much video essayists, but like rage YouTubers, too little. Rage YouTubers will have the stereotypical Call of Duty, random death matches playing in the background while they're like, did you know that John Jacob 15 said such and such to Stephanie 25? And then Vaporware chimed in with his own take. And it's like, the content behind, like, obviously the content is the drama itself or the discussion. Only Leafy gets some. No. I mean, I welcome the discussion, but that's look, DSP or not DSP. Wings of Redemption. Before he became the person that we know today. Big ups to Liquid Richard. But before Wings became the guy he is today, that's all he did. Like, okay, I tell you back. He started with, like, you know, oh, this is how I play Call of Duty. But eventually, it became Call of Duty gameplay in the background while he's telling life stories. Okay. I'll admit to not being up to snuff on how drama tubers structure their video content nowadays. I didn't say that they were, you know, good people. I'm just saying that they stand as examples of that sort of content where, like them or not, they have an audience that is there to listen to them talk about whatever. And I mean, at least as far as I ever took it or understood it or perceived it, the gameplay was wholly secondary to the fact that they were discussing whatever. If you'd be playing Borderlands 2 or CSGO surfing, I didn't say to stream this. Is that from the match between... Fuck, who was it? Wings and some other guy, I forget who. The infamous one where he, like, he rage quit because he was down a couple points. Well, he was down at a point where he knew he was going to lose. Syndicate, that's it. Look here! Look, listen! Can't fucking do this shit anymore. No. I'm not gonna go down that route of, like, you know, being some edgy, boldy VTuber, like, whatever. It's like, you know, it's like a Schadenfreude sort of thing where it's like you see these people, and it's like when it gets really tragic is when they, like, actually are going through, like, some serious shit or, like, you know, serious mental health issues. There I go. Bye-bye. When it's just something like when it's not serious drama and it's just like, oh, they lost a game. I don't want to say oh, that justifies the ridicule, but it's just laughing at that's kind of like, okay, well, he lost a video game. Who fucking cares? Streamer Charlie Drex canceled after getting involved in a Wings drama. Yes, I dared to opine on something that happened like a decade ago. I don't think it's so bad to laugh at someone being way too egotistical about playing a game. Oh yeah, especially when they're, like, talking mad shit about how, like, oh, I'm the best. I'm so good at playing this game, and then they screw up. I think it's more than that now. Well, how do you mean, may I ask? Like, you mean in terms of, like, why, you know, he's the character he is? Oh yeah, no, I understand. Like, now it's, like, all kind of, like, you know, personal drama, and that's why I was saying, like, meant more intent. Oh, fair. Okay, sorry. Well, yeah, because they were playing Modern Warfare 2 in that match, and that was, like, 2008, 2009. So yeah, it would have been something like that. But yeah, once you cross that threshold where they're, like, you know, becoming clinically depressed and, like, you know, doing bad stuff, you know, obviously you can argue, oh, you should never be laughing at people's misery or suffering or sadness in general. But especially once it becomes like a health thing, even if mental health, yeah, then it's kind of like, you know what, I don't, even as a, also like a member of the peanut gallery, I don't want to be involved in this business anymore. There is Modern Warfare 2 too. I'm surprised they haven't yet revived Black Ops as a standalone game. Especially if it's like underground notoriety. Gonna be honest, I haven't really tracked or, you know, fucked with Call of Duty at all. Probably since the original Modern Warfare 2, to be honest. So all the Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare, Ghosts, all that stuff, like, they did a Cold War, right? A year or two ago. Then the Modern Warfare reboots. Stop the trend of releasing games of the same title as older games. Well, there's like a... They do the same thing with movies, where, of course, they're rebooting the franchise. That's objective fact. But they specifically want to target nostalgia. So, and in addition to targeting nostalgia, they want to reset the paradigm so that the definitive Modern Warfare, well, in this case, if Black Ops did do a release, but yeah, the definitive Modern Warfare is the 2019 or 2020 or whatever version. Because that's the one that is actually still, copies of it being sold still goes into their pockets. So it behooves them, yep, there it is. It behooves them to make sure that's the one that's significant, so that when people are talking about the brand recognition of Call of Duty, specifically the Modern Warfare sub-franchise, they're going to want to buy and play the Modern Warfare, which is the one released in 2019. And they don't want people to buy the one that was released in 07 or whatever. Or go, you know, acquire it via other means. Cold War was actually a Black Ops reboot. They didn't name it Black. Okay, I was wondering if, because I know the original Black Ops didn't have, like, other than sort of the alternate history kind of stuff, it didn't really do much in the way of, like, you know, sci-fi or anything. Black Ops 2 is where it, like, went into, as memory vaguely serves, it was like a 50-50 split between some missions were in the past, in like the 70s or 80s, and then the rest of it was in the present. AK, why they wouldn't want anyone buying the old games since they refuse to lower the prices. Well, I'm specifically referring to when the games are no longer in production. And I lost tracking. Stupid Wi-Fi. I'm specifically discussing how once a game leaves production and stops being a money maker, that is to say, they aren't receiving any profit from, you know, buying a copy of Call of Duty Black Ops for the PS2, PS3, whichever it was for. That the initial purchase, that the money that went to Activision, is already gone. It's already spent by buyer number one. But yeah, absolutely. For the ones that are like still in production, yeah, of course they want people to keep buying them. Production doesn't matter a whole lot anymore since physical sales probably make up like 20% of the sales. Well, that's fair. Yep. Because I was about to like say, but this is you're explicitly pointing at someone like Activision where, you know, hell, let's go look at the Steam page for it for Call of Duties. You go back in the past. Okay, Black Ops 2 is on sale. Although it might be because of the summer sale. Oh, and for the record, Cold War is officially called Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Apparently it is part of the subtitle. Okay, I was kind of thinking that these games would be... Hold on. Nope, that's a new one. Yeah, I was thinking that they'd still be like, you know, $80. Modern Warfare, the original Modern... Okay, so even without the discount, the original Modern Warfare 2 is still retailing for $20. Black Ops... Okay, there's one. Black Ops 2 is retailing for $60. Digital copy. And that's from 2012. A game that's over a decade old. Infinite Warfare, but that's much newer. Not much newer. It's 2016. Holy crap, even Infinite Warfare is pretty old. Ghost is still $60. And that's from 2014, so almost a decade old. I mean, the easy... excuse me, yawning. The easy counter push would, of course, to point out that this is Activision we're talking about. So, fair pricing isn't exactly something that they particularly give a shit about. Most fucked up thing is that a lot of the older CODs have hacked multiplayer's bigger PC. Yeah, I've heard. I think Black Ops 2. Well, all of them are bad. I want to say Black Ops 2 specifically, maybe 3. One of the Black Ops games is really, really infamous for having that stuff. Not, again, that isn't the case for all Call of Duties. Must have been making tons off the 5 people who bought Ghost in the last, like, 5 years. I mean, yeah, it's, apparently it's in my library. I don't remember buying it. I must have gotten it. I don't know when. I did not actively buy the game Call of Duty Ghosts. I must have bought, like, some, like, fucking Activision bundle on Humble Bundle at some point or something. But like I've never even played it. But I have heard just horrible things about it. Spooky Halloween game bundle. I mean that's there's some justification for it. Because I'm even looking at this. I have Black Ops 3 apparently. I don't remember buying that. And this isn't the case of, oh, I maybe impulse bought it during a Steam sale. Like, Call of Duty is not a game since probably Black Ops 2 was the last one I willfully bought. And that was when it was new. But Call of Duty has never, like, the franchise has never been one where I'll be like, oh my god, it's on sale. I gotta buy the newest Call of Duty. So how these all apparently slipped into my fucking library? Advanced Warfare I have on my ignored list on Steam. So I apparently have Call of Duty World War II. Okay, whatever. Starting to dim a little bit. I'm just trying. I don't want to. I don't want to reopen the jump cane window and admit how little progress I've made. So I'm like just stalling. You know what? Yeah, I like. I know it sounds like some sort of like, you know, cope that I'm like trying to excuse like me buying something with a sketchy thing. No, I would not have willfully bought Call of Duty World War II. There's no way I bought that intentionally. And like I'm scrolling through my purchase history here. Call of Duty. The last Call of Duty, yep, as I said, May 19th, 2013. The last Call of Duty I purchased on Steam was Black Ops 2. So that means that I probably got through a Humble Bundle, as I predicted. Oh yeah, here you go. I can look up product key activation. Call of Duty. Let's see here. January 9th, 2020. And I redeemed it at the same time as a bunch of other games. So we go to Humble Choice, and we scroll all the way back. Hold on, hold on. You're getting some next level cope here, but all the way back to January of 2020, because that's when it apparently was in a bundle. Literally all I do is quality content. Let's see here. So would have been January 2020. So it would have been sometime before that. Here it is. November 2019 monthly. The headline game is Call of Duty World War II. I also apparently got Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, which I don't. I mean, I kind of want to play them. That's when I got Synthetic. Synthetic I like. I like Synthetic. It's a good roguelike. And then a bunch of indie puzzle games and shit I don't care about. But yeah, I want to try out because I wasn't ever a PlayStation guy growing up, so I completely missed Spyro and Crash Bandicoot and Jack and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank and pretty much all of those sorts of games. So at some point I'll probably play them just because, you know, they're good nostalgia bait games, and I don't have any nostalgia, so just for my sake it would just be playing games that I've never played before. Play a real game like Uncharted or Last of Us or God War. PlayStation have no game. I actually do have a PS4 question mark. I think it's a 4. That I got primarily for Persona. This was before Persona 5 Royal, before we knew it was coming to PC, etc., etc. Oh, Bloodborne, yeah. I've never played Demon Souls. I have played Bloodborne. That's another justification I had for PlayStation. Or getting the PlayStation. Are they on PlayStation 6? I don't think there is a PlayStation 6 yet. Armored Core 6. I am super into mech games. And when I say mech games, what I should say is mechs in general as a concept, game or not. But I like BattleTech. I like Mech Warrior. I like Armored Core. I like strategic, or like, you know, simulator-esque mech games. I like arcadey mech games. If it has robots, especially ones with changeable parts in it, I'll probably like it. Gundam. I fuck with Gundam. Imagine if they released a PS6 while PS5 has like one exclusive. I mean, didn't a lot of like the Sony exclusives, because Sony has like started branching out to doing PC releases of a lot of their stuff. So it's like I don't think Uncharted has yet come to PC in any capacity. Might be wrong on that. Let me look it up. No, okay, never mind. Uncharted is on PC. Yeah, so it's like, which I'm totally fine with this. I've the whole console war thing. You know, people argue, oh, it's when they have to make exclusives, they make them better. No, they don't. They they specifically don't have to make the games good. They just have to have a good IP or a good franchise. And then that way they just say, oh, if you want to play Metroid, you better buy a Nintendo. If you want to play God of War, you better buy a PlayStation. But then with Sony releasing all their stuff to PC, you just make a good game or a not good game, either way. No amount of exclusive. Correct. I agree with you, Joel. There is, like... Yep. Okay, good jump, Charlie. Yeah, it's... I've been a PC power gamer, power user, whatever the fuck. Okay, I'm not a power user, but I've been into PC gaming since... Oh, let's say 2013-ish, something like that. And it's like once I went this route, never really went back. Like I still play console games from time to time. If I can justify having the console or have the console, and if the game is particularly like, oh my god, I have to play this game. One example being, in the like 2 years we waited for it, when EDF 5, right? I think came out for Yeah, I think it came out as a PlayStation exclusive. Maybe it's for Xbox. I also have an Xbone, go figure. But when one of the EDFs came out relatively recently for the console, I specifically bought it on the console, even knowing, because at that point 4.1 had been PC ported for a couple years. I knew it was coming to PC eventually, but the fact that I have to wait, I was like, no, I want to play fucking EDF right now. So I bought it on console. And that's how they get ya. Swear by the PS Vita till I die. I've never had the opportunity to play with the Vita, the PSP. I completely missed handhelds basically until the 3DS. And then I had a former job with a lot of traveling and having the 3DS. Mind you, this is before Nintendo Switch was a thing. But having a 3DS was like, the quality of games you could have on it. The 3DS was actually the first time I've ever played a Monster Hunter. So, my first experience with Monster Hunter was through 3 Ultimate on the 3DS. Oh my god. Okay. Is this... I don't see any other way. It has to be, like, very edge. Oh, lordy, we did it. So, guys, we did it. It's not dark out. I'm just... I know I have to keep going. Thank you. I appreciate it. I know I have to keep going, but I just... Oh my god. I don't want to fall again. The sheer abject terror at the prospect of falling once again. Careful. Oh, I need... Okay. That was luck. Okay. Whoo! Here we are, Bargainburg.
Greetings. These boots are fit for a legendary hero. Crafted by a distinguished master. With these, you'll get to that babe in no time. Since I like you, I'll cut you a deal. For only 1 measly gold, they are yours. What do you say, eh? Oh, you don't have 1 gold on you. I'm afraid the price point is at the bare minimum. It appears there aren't many other customers around.
Now, you don't have any rich friends? Nope. Just me. Okay. Let's see here. Man, it's been a solid 2 hours. Knocked my phone, so I'm like wiggling a little bit. That's an interesting effect. This feels like it keeps sounding like it's gonna slide into the Mario Paint theme. Na 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 na. Okay. Is that in the middle? Is that ground? Because that's the only thing I can see. That's like the only feasible thing. All right. Okay. It is. And it's got like a little... Oh. Let's... I am processing this. Okay, so I need to go back to that hole, and I need to jump up and to the left, it looks like. Okay. Right? I'm not gonna keep drinking. You're with all this momentum I've built up. I can't go straight up. Or I can't go up to that. I need to jump over to the right and then bounce off the wall. Okay. It's that collidable. That's collidable. Is... Okay. Ah. This is fine. We're fine. Nope. Oh, Matt, you released the cursor keys. It's pretty much just all of the terrible fortune that was afflicting me earlier. I'm using it all, or redeeming it all for good fortune now. Okay, there we go. All right, that. Can I get up there? It looks like I have to. And it's like a pixel perfect jump. Called it. Okay. Alright. And then thread the needle into that little spire, right? Rhetorical. Okay, there we go. Good job. Damn. 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 Ah! That's fine. We're fine. I'm in the groove now. I just jinxed the shit out of it. I'm about to fail horribly. I just know it. Yep. Okay. Let go of the cursor keys. Ow. Why would you do that to me? Seriously. What do I have to do here? Oh, yeah. Off to the right. Ah. Whoa, almost overshot. Reminder. Turn down the point value. Stop holding on to the buttons, you dummy. Be further over to the left, dummy. There you go. Yes. Okay, alright. Good job. Alright, over to the left. Over to the right. Little overer to the right. Oh, why would you do that? We were gaming. We're not gaming anymore, lads. Yep. Okay, alright. Gaming status, not. It's a good Friday. We're having a good Friday night here on twitch.tv/CharlieDrex. No, not like the official holiday Good Friday, just a Friday that happens to be good. Good Friday was like let's see here, July, so like 3 months ago. Why am I falling off the screen again? Good Friday was bad? I mean, I don't remember anything particularly bothersome about it. Excuse me. I think, because I haven't even eaten dinner yet. But, see, the thing that frustrates me is, obviously, again, telling you things you already know. But I was supposed to start streaming Alien Isolation at 5. I'm just thinking to myself, here I am like, oh, like, am I just kind of thinking of excuses to stop playing Jump King? Because if I was playing Alien right now, I couldn't say, oh, well, I'm going to stop playing Alien because I want to go eat. I guess I just didn't think that one through, huh? That's on me. Should have scheduled better. Getting executed isn't great. I mean, depending on your belief structure, for in some regards, that the execution was actually a good thing, but and not that I'm going to tell you, to believe one way or the other, but in some regards, said execution was actually a pretty good deal. All right, yeah. I'm gonna break it here. Yeah, right. Banger deal, because it's like it's like the ultimate expression of utilitarianism, where one guy get his shit out of luck, but then everybody say, oh, again, not trying to dictate how how you want to feel. Like if you subscribe to the theory, one guy has the end come for them, and everybody else gets, win out of it. It's like, hey, well, you can't argue with the math there. But that's just a theory. A Jesus theory. Thanks for praying. Yeah, I'm gonna pause and go get lunch, fucking go get dinner. And when I say pause, I know some streamers will leave their streams going and just count on the residual lurkers. I'm dumb. So I'm going to be stopping the stream with the full intention. I will be back in like 20 to 25 minutes with category change and everything, playing Alien Isolation. But yeah, I'm not... Call me like stupidly self-fucking righteous, but I just... I don't know. For me, it doesn't feel right to leave this... Even if I know I'm coming back, it doesn't feel right to leave the stream running, and just farm, because I've got a couple viewers here, and for those of you who are active, so Joel, Jay, and Claire. Okay, so there's at least one person sitting in the background, just sitting there, and I'm farming a free view off of them because they, to their credit, opened me up in a tab in the background and not actively watching me. But yeah, I don't feel good farming, so I'm gonna end stream specifically because I'm gonna be back in 20 minutes. And you can follow, obviously, if you're a follower, you'll see the pop-up on Twitch, etc., when I go live again. So, BRB, thanks for stopping by. Joel, I do appreciate you subbing. Fucking, this isn't YouTube. I appreciate you following. I'm not a Jump King streamer. Like, I know, I'm doing it really badly. A streamer's supposed to, I'm supposed to try to sell you the experience, but yeah, I'm a variety streamer. The quality of my content is about what you're seeing here right now, so if that sounds like something you're into, cool. I do appreciate the following. So I'll be gorillaing. If Jump Cane is what you're into, I'm definitely going to keep playing this from time to time. Just don't expect me to be a 100% exclusive Jump Cane streamer, if that's like what you're here for, which is cool if you are. By all means, I welcome any and all, but just so you have the expectations set, right? I don't want anyone on. I don't want to be in a position where I have anyone viewing me under false pretenses. Like I don't like the whole playing the algo and doing the thing that's like best for views or best for the fucking stats. I don't give a shit. I just want to be an entertainer and have people watch me because I'm a great person to play or great person to watch. And I guess you can play me like that one guy did when he made the sick joke and burned the fuck out of me. 100% Jump King. I mean, I would argue that any person who streams any one game, maybe not psychopaths, but like there's definitely an element of just, it might be psychopathy in some cases, but there's just, for whatever reason, they're just driven to do nothing but that content. And like, more power to you if you can pull that off, but I couldn't do it. That's why I have to be a variety streamer. I cannot. I have too strong ADHD to do anything. Just notice your stream is tagged with chat. I'm basically casting the net out, because worst case scenario, I guess this is going back to what I was saying about again, the people who show up and bitch about anime characters shitting up Twitch or whatever. There's gonna be some insecure alpha male type who's gonna come in and say, "You're a fucking anime character, bro. You're not Chad." Okay, dude. We're all people on the internet. Who gives a shit? Some Sigma male affirmations in the background of the stream. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Maybe. I'll look into it. I will take your idea under advisement. Alright, for real though. Temporary stream stop. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. I will be back in 20 minutes to half an hour, something like that. It's like getting genuinely dim outside, so hopefully by that time it gets kind of dark. All right, yeah, no problem, Joel. Like I said, I appreciate you sticking around as long as you did, engaging, all that stuff. Um, and if you see me pop on in the future, I won't hold you to it, but feel free to stop by for any other stuff I'm doing that you're interested in seeing. Take care, man. Have a good night. Okay, so BRB.